out now when the principals have block times out in the calendar that's for a walkthrough, so they're trying to figure out which building we're in.
Yeah,
We're trying to do it incognito so that way they're not prepared or whatever. Not that they're not prepared, but they don't know we're coming type thing, but, yeah, but that's been, I've enjoyed it. I've seen some really, great instruction and, some really phenomenal teachers in the district. Should be proud of the staff that we have, paras, cooks, teachers, everybody. They're just a real, a team atmosphere, and it shows.
Mhm. And I think the thing too, you see what's happening in the classroom, but I know my kids, along the way, I've encountered a lot of teachers that are just encouraging them behind the scenes.
Yep.
You know, just a little thing like sending home here's some extra material, and I know you can do okay on that AP test, here's some flashcards.
Right.
You know, like
Oh,
just
absolutely.
those little encouragements, I mean, that means the world to a kid too. Sometimes a teacher just says, I know you can do it.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe I actually can.
And I'll say at the middle school level, like, the relearning opportunity has been huge, because, you know, sometimes the kids just don't get it the first time, and that second time, boom.
Yeah,
It
well,
helps.
or like, because I do test my kids, and so Henry missed like 2 days of school last week because the test didn't come back overnight like he usually does. And, you know, so he's struggling a little bit with the concept right now, and it's like, well, okay, he's got a relearning opportunity.
Yep, absolutely. Well, one thing we forget for our kids, you know, and we're fortunate, you know, I don't know everybody's personal background, but I had a student that came off the football field in tears and couldn't figure out why, but apparently we had a mental health speaker come in, and because of what this individual was talking about, reminded the student of his dad who's no longer with him anymore. And so he was having a tough day, and it was just very emotional and couldn't focus on the field, and just really puts things in perspective of how much the kids are aware of stuff going on around them, and how difficult for some it is for them to be able to function, and we can't lose sight of that. And you know, I always stress the staff that we always got to make sure we look at the world through their eyes, not ours. You know, we are in a position where we are because we've tested the water, we've got through that, but for a lot of these kids, they haven't, and so it's really important that we're there for their support. And you know, I'm just fortunate that with my schedule, I've been able to kind of get to know the kids in the 7th and 8th grade and just see some of the backgrounds that they're coming from, and it's I'm very thankful to God every day that I have what I have, because some of these kids don't, and it's quite sad. And you know, one of the things we'll have to discuss at some point, I think that's difficult, I question when we have right now the issue of eligibility for middle school kids. Middle school kids know that their stuff doesn't count. I mean, that's not a secret. They're learning the skills they need to be ready once they get to 9th grade, but at the same time, we hold them to the same standard as the high school as far as eligibility and that kind of stuff. And so, you know, we keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting to change what happens, and it's not working. And it's one of those things where for some of these kids, survival is their mode in coming to school and being there. And then all of a sudden, if we take away an activity, and it doesn't have to be an athletic activity, it could be an academic activity, but if they're ineligible and we take that away, you know, what message are we sending the kids when they're trying to first learn the skills to be able to survive, to stay eligible? And so that's something that I've talked to the admin team on. We're looking at trying to figure out what would make more sense, because we have, you know, I've seen at 7th and 8th grade level, and some of all the other sports, that so when the kids are ineligible, then all of a sudden we take that one thing that they strive for away, well, then they just give up. You know, like, what the heck with this? Why am I even bothering? And that's, we have to figure out something that's a better, I don't know if it's a motivator, but a better way to teach them to try to overcome adversity, because doing it that way is just not working. And you know, and we do have a few staff members that struggle with making those connections. And if they don't make those connections with the kids, it's just, well, this is how it is and whatever, but they don't respond to that kind of mentality or that kind of tutelage, you know. And so we want to be as diligent as we can, but understanding why are we doing this, what is the message we're trying to teach kids, or what lesson are we trying for them to learn, so that way they can have that success once they get the ninth grade, and then it starts to count for real as far as their GPA and where it's gonna take them for the rest of their life, you know, so, all good discussions and in the process of trying to figure out what we wanna do to make it better, so.
And I don't think this is necessarily a school board thing and follow up to that, but I know like one of the things too, there's some elementary people who have the philosophy that if the kid's not doing well, they take away recess. And to me, it's kind of the same thing, it's like,
Yep.
they actually probably need that break. They need to
Yep.
get out of that classroom, away from that situation, and run around outside for half an hour.
Exactly.
So taking away recess
Recess, right.
is, makes it harder for them to concentrate, because they lost their, if they're a kid that has trouble sitting still, or,
Right,
so. That's not a school board issue to decide that, but you just made me think about it.
yep, absolutely,
I feel
and,
the same way kind of about that, like,
well, I bring
that
it up.
shouldn't be the punishment, right?
Right, well, and I bring it up so that, because at some point, someone's gonna ask you about it, or someone's
Right.
gonna say something to you about it, so at least you know we are having those discussions, trying to figure out what's a better way, what makes more sense, and that kind of thing, so, but yeah, we have some kids that are, in some really tough situations right now.
All right, well, with that, it's almost 7:30, so are there any other final topics?
And Juanita is an angel, just so you know.
Well, we already knew.
Yes, well
Did you write
documented.
the article last month for the newspaper?
I think I did, what? Oh, yeah, somebody else's turn.
It's my
Your
turn.
turn.
Yeah.
On
It was
Wednesday.
You sound so happy
It was
about
supposed to
it.
be Joe, but I took it.
Yeah,
You missed the meeting.
You
when
guys
she
missed the
assigned
meeting, you were the first
Oh.
one.
So I did.
Oh, am I November then?
Yeah,
No,
no,
you're October.
nice try.
Can we do it?
Who's November and December?
I can do it, that's fine.
Just so you know,
Did you have a question?
I just
Juanita's been fantastic, she has been, a rock at helping me
Keep
make
that
sure I stay
recording.
organized.
Yes,
Yeah,
meeting's not over, Juanita.
So when you have a bad day,
Yes,
I'm an angel, remember?
yeah.
Yeah, just put it on repeat in his office.
Just don't ask your daughter about being an angel, I'll tell you by the way, her daughter gave me an earful. It was unbelievable.
Good, okay, cut the recording.
She scared her, and I said, I heard somebody scream outside my office, and I didn't know what was going on, so I walked out there, and her daughter was just going to town, just, fire her, she doesn't deserve this job, and all this other kind of stuff, so, it was quite comical.
Okay, so yes, I think you're on the hook, Kelsey, sorry. But if you need to bounce ideas out, you can call me tomorrow now.
Okay, you should just send me what you wrote, because I haven't seen it.
No stress, but the next one was for next week, so,
Was it due already?
no,
Oh.
but for next Tuesday's edition, technically it's up, so
Okay.
gives you a few days, no.
So tomorrow, when do you need it by? Wednesday?
Don't tell her when I turn.
Juanita
mine
told me
in.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we should have a good.
Monday noon to get in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me Wednesday and I'll get it Wednesday.
See, that's what I need that.
Okay, that's all I have. But we should like put it on a Google Doc or something.
Okay.
Not that, like, I should be responsible enough to remember, but
Or
I
s-
can't
or
remember what.
Create
we
like
did.
calendar reminders
Yeah,
or something,
right.
because I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
I do,
Did
I
you
do,
write it all down?
Mine was
Somewhere?
March.
I do plan
Feels
to
like
send you
December.
calendar invites when it's your month.
Okay, oh, good enough.
The only thing I would
I
like
don't
to
need to
add
worry
is,
then.
a word of kudos to the middle school staff. I've just been nothing but impressed with the transitional work that they do with the incoming sixth grade
Oh, yeah.
class. Just phenomenal, top to bottom. It's,
Games like in the school.
it's come so far since I transitioned from elementary school, and the benefit to the kids I could see right away, and it was just awesome. So kudos to all the staff members and admin who made that possible, because it's come a long way, and it looks really good.
Excellent.
All right, with that.
Chloe Brandt qualified.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, state
Yes.
tennis, tennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should call Hattie and tell her, because Eric and I each told her, she's like, I'm tired of everyone telling me this. Okay, so with that, we are adjourned. I don't think we have to vote or anything.
Nope.
Nope.
No?
Yeah, no, I just-
See you later, little bit.